Queen ridden hard early will lead, settling down. From Stupendo, followed by Licorian kicking up. Then on the outside was Reno Rouge settling down, followed by in second last placing Cross Gauntlet. And Sport Casino drops out to last of all. Around to about the 900 metre mark they go. Mayo Queen leads the length on second placing Stupendo, the outside of Licorian the rails. Then a length and a half away in the field came Reno Rouge, followed by Sport Casino off around the outside. And Cross Gauntlet is back to the rear. Along the back of the track they go, 600 metres to go. Mayo Queen the leader, Sport Casino moves round the outside to second. Stupendo back on the rails is third, followed by him behind them then came Licorian. A gap back then Reno Rouge, and at the rear of the field is Cross Gauntlet. 350 metres to go prior to the turn. Mayo Queen again draws a length and a half in front of Stupendo second, then came Licorian, followed by Sport Casino, hard ridden, and Reno Rouge a long way back in the straight, 150 metres out. Mayo Queen is a length in front, but the danger Stupendo coming home well now. Stupendo moves up quickly and grabs the lead from Mayo Queen. Stupendo drawing clear, and Stupendo wins the first. A length and a half on the line to Mayo Queen. Licorian got third. In behind them, a gap back the rest. Reno Rouge followed by Cross Gauntlet and Sport Casino. Wait the numbers on the first race on the program. Numbers about to come up. Race number 1 here at Healesville this afternoon. On a perfect day for racing. And you'll find that the grey, Stupendo. Stand by, here's the numbers coming through. 3, 6 and 2, the numbers on the first. Make a sprint handicap, 1200 starter, climbs the rostrum. Kid Snowball a bit fractious towards the outside. Oh, it's getting up in the stalls, Kid Snowball. Attendant now in with it. Spirit Lee, a bit fractious as well. Set and racing this time. Kid Snowball missed the starter length. Final Pleasure bounded away smartly with Double Sam. Spirit Lee settles third on the inside from Mr. Christian the outer. Length and a half away then Red Ralo, followed by Enunciate. And Kid Snowball's back at the rear. Along the back they go. Final Pleasure with Double Sam pulling its way up on the outside. Third on the outside is occupied by Mr. Christian. 3 lengths away then came Spirit Lee, followed by Enunciate. Red Ralo and Kid Snowball the outside last of all. Down the back they go at the 700, and on the outside pulling its way up there, Double Sam draws a neck in front of Final Pleasure with the inside. A length and a half back third came Mr. Christian there, followed by Spirit Lee. Then Kid Snowball the outside of Enunciate, and Red Ralo's now back to last of all under the whip. On the top circle, 400 metres out, and Final Pleasure gets through on the inside again to take the lead from Double Sam, hard ridden. Then Mr. Christian further back, then came Spirit Lee, and Enunciate to the outside with Red Ralo a long way back, 200 to go. Final Pleasure over a length in front of Spirit Lee, starting to grab it on the outside, and Red Ralo now getting through the pack, storming home. In the centre, Spirit Lee's gone to the lead, trying hard, Red Ralo, but Spirit Lee wins 3/4 on the line to Red Ralo. 3 away, third was Final Pleasure. In behind them, Enunciate, followed by Mr. Christian, Double Sam, and Kid Snowball must have melted in the heat. It's run last of all. Stand by for placings on race 2. Numbers about to come up.
Yep. 421, thank you.
421. Number 4, Spirit Lee, ridden by G Glasses first. Second to 2, Red Ralo, and third to 1, Final Pleasure. 421. Set and racing at Healesville. Well, it must have been a late scratching Top Missile, and settling down into stride Gem Trees with Late Star. Out wider on the track in the early stages is Relara, followed by him behind them Jindiana. Wide on the track is Perfect Union, and Celtisa back to last of all, settling down into stride, and Late Star leads past the judge with a lap to go. Gem Trees it's outside. Trap wide, Relara, wider still Perfect Union out of the straight. Then getting up along the inside is Sinai, followed by Jindiana and Celtisa at the rear. Over towards the 1200 metre mark they stride, and Late Star is in front. Gem Trees it's outside second, followed by third on the rails came Sinai. Then over on the outside, Relara from Perfect Union. Then Celtisa, and last of all is Jindiana. Down the back straight they head at the 800-metre mark. Late Star the inside and Gemtreese the outer. They're matching strides. Third placing Relara moving up. Then came Perfect Union, followed by Sinai, Celtisa and Jindiana back at the rear. Over towards the 600-metre mark they stride. Gemtreese draws a neck in front of Late Star the rails. Then came Relara with Perfect Union joining in on the outside. Further back then was Sinai just behind them, followed by a length and a half away then Celtisa, and hard ridden about 8 lengths away last of all with Jindiana. 400 metres to go, and Gemtreese has now taken over. Perfect Union up on the outside second, followed by Relara winding up with Sinai, and further back then Celtisa from a long way back in the straight. Perfect Union's grabbed the lead from Sinai. Relara out wider is storming home in the centre of the track now. Relara's gone to the lead. Sinai coming at it on the inside. Perfect Union battling away, but Relara's drawing clear near the line for Desley Gray and Relara. Relara scores by a length and a quarter. Second placing went to Sinai. Third in was Perfect Union, followed by Celtisa, Gemtreese, Jindiana and Late Star.
310 scratching at 310.
That late scratching was Top Missile at 310 by order of the stewards.
Broadcast 786, thank you.
Ready for a start. Race 4. Set and racing this time. Whizbo came out okay with King Kelton playing the Palace. Settling down into stride, just in behind them, Ring of Peace, and Another Hero drops out to last of all. Settling down, Whizbo will lead them down the straight the first time. Playing the Palace up on the outside second, followed by Ring of Peace third the rails. Then King Kelton, a gap of about 6 lengths. Then Another Hero on the inside of Montmorency from Shoshonian. And Buffalo Chief brings up the rear. Out of the straight they swing in the Shire of Healesville Cup and towards the 1200-metre mark. Whizbo is a length and a half in front. In second placing, playing the Palace the rails. Then came Ring of Peace, followed by King Kelton, a gap back of about 6 lengths. Then came the next pair, which are Another Hero over on the inside of Montmorency. Then Shoshonian and Buffalo Chief. Down the back straight they go at about the 600-metre mark, and the leader is Whizbo. It's out about 3 lengths in front. In second placing came Playing the Palace, then King Kelton off around the outside. Further back then was Ring of Peace. 3 lengths away then came Another Hero, followed by Montmorency, Shoshonian and Buffalo Chief. Along the side of the track they come at about the 450-metre mark. Whizbo a half length in front of King Kelton, moving up quickly now on the outside. They're about 4 lengths in front then of Playing the Palace, followed by further back Another Hero, hard ridden. Shoshonian the outside from Buffalo Chief, and you can forget the other pair, Ring of Peace and Montmorency. Into the straight, 200 metres to go. King Kelton's taken the lead from Whizbo back along the inside. Further back then Shoshonian and Buffalo Chief with a strong run, and late came Playing the Palace, but in the shadows of the post King Kelton's hard ridden, and King Kelton will take out the cup. King Kelton by about 2 lengths. Close go. Playing the Palace might have just got second in front of Shoshonian with Buffalo Chief out wider. Then further back came Whizbo, Another Hero, Ring of Peace and Montmorency last in. Stand by for numbers.
Yep. 5 and a photo, thank you.
5 and a photo. Number 5, King Kelton, ridden by Corey Mallion, is first. Well timed.
Lovely day. Bit of a wind blowing at the moment, but all in all, it's been a very, very good day for a picnic race meeting. You're just about set. Gaia Star on the inside stall. Ready and a racing. Came out in a pretty good line, although Python dropped out shortly after the start, went back to last, and a little slow out was Caribou King. And going quickly along the inside, Gaia Star up towards the lead, but Indian Dinner burning around the outside. They're followed 2.5 lengths away then by getting up on the inside there is Lord Clemenger. 2.5 further back in the field, Mr. Impressive about 3 lengths away. Beaver getting back on the rail. Around the outside of those runners there is Jewel Pride, who's a fair way back, Wing Velvet. And they're followed about 5 or 6 lengths away last of all, Lord Clemenger. Coming up to the home bend, about 400 metres to go. Indian Dinner on the outside now, striding up to go to the front from over on the inside, Gaia Star. Around the outside and making ground, Mr. Impressive is coming into the race quickly as they turn for home, and they make the turn now. Mr. Impressive has gone up and taken the lead. Wing Velvet down the outside is coming home well. Indian Dinner on the inside is boxing on. Here's Python through the pack. Python's taken the lead, and Python's going to get up and win. Python has beaten Indian Dinner. Mr. Impressive is third, then Lord Clemenger, Winged Velvet on the outside. There followed the gap to Vifa. Then came at the head of the rest, Gaia Star. One of the last to tail in was Caribou King, who was one of the last home, and Jewel Pride back at the rear. Stand by for placings, and Python has got through the centre on the home turn, has come from a fair way back to win. Number 7, Python will be the winner. Number 7, Python will be first.
700 metres, a lap and 3/4 of the track. All set to go now. Starter on the platform and lets them go. They're racing Tiger Trap, Maori Land a little bit slowly to begin. It's a good charge up front though, with Laura Line leading, settling down Bay Estate. LaBoots up on the pace too. Gamalama further back with Zaphod around the outside. Tiger Trap's got to midfield, followed by him behind them, Kamada's Son. Then over on the outside was Glendon from Star Tiller, Maori Land, and last of all is Bellandy. Off the back they'll come the first time, and Zaphod pulled its way to the lead. Leads about a length on Gamalama, Tiger Trap. Then came LaBoot settling back on the rails. Bay Estate followed by, over on the outside was Jarl. Then Glendon trapped a little wide, followed by Maori Land. Laura Line's now got to back to fourth last, followed by him behind them came Bellandy, Star Tiller, and Maori Land back at the rear. Down the straight the first time they come at about the 1600 or 1500 metre mark now. Gamalama's now in front. In second placing came Tiger Trap, then Jarl a little wide, Bay Estate between them, followed by Zaphod back on the rails, with further back came LaBoot. Then follows over on the outside of them, out of the straight was Kamada's Son, going very wide there, Glendon, followed by Star Tiller, Laura Line, and Bellandy now back to last of all. Out of the straight they stride, 3/4 of a lap to go, and Gamalama's the leader. Tiger Trap is second at the 1200 metre mark. Kamada's Son pulls its way up to third, then Zaphod. Further back in the field then, as they work their way down the back, was Laura Line. Jarl Trap wide, 3 out off the track. Then came Maori Land starting to improve with LaBoot, followed by him behind them Glendon. Star Tiller, Laura Line, and back towards the rear Bellandy. Along the back they go, 750 metres out. Tiger Trap now the leader by a length and a half in front of Kamada's Son, second, followed by Gamalama. Maori Land off around the outside quickly. Jarl trying to go with it, followed by LaBoot, Laura Line. Then Star Tiller, Zaphod, Bellandy, followed by further back in the field then came well back out of its ground. Back in last placing was Glendon. Off the back they swing, and Tiger Trap at the 400 metre marks under the whip, but it's still got 3 lengths on them. In second placing Kamada's Son, hard ridden with Maori Land the rails. Then came LaBoot, and further back then Laura Line starting to wind up from a long way back. 200 to go though, and Tiger Trap's over a length in front of Trying Hard, Maori Land on the outside. It's Tiger Trap, Maori Land, and LaBoot coming home late. Tiger Trap still a length in front. Maori Land Trying Hard, but Tiger Trap a length in the last to Maori Land. 3 away, third was LaBoot. Then behind them to pull up then Kamada's Son, Jarl. Then came Bay Estate out wider, Star Tiller, Laura Line. In behind them Gamalama, Zaphod, Bellandy, and Glendon was last in the last. 615 in the last, 615. The winner number 6.